It's time for your daily crypto update with Framework Fortune Crypto. I'm your host, Ben. Now let's dive in. So, Bitcoin. A lot of people were scared there for a minute. A couple of days where it was looking a little sketchy with those little wicks being thrown under the support line. But now that we've had enough time to consolidate, looks like we are heading on this path for Bitcoin, which means everything else is still on to see this hot market explosion in January. Bitcoin had a nice rebound today, back up to 49,000. Did break the top of this downtrend. So we do want to see it back over 50,000. And by Friday, it may have to hang out here for a little bit, a couple of days, or we could see it just come right back over it. But in any case, it's got to get back over 50,000 this week if it wants to try to push up to 60,000 here in this next couple of weeks, or it could just continue on this path, which is absolutely fine. Bitcoin futures still on an uptrend, holding up, building another higher low. And we built a higher high last time, so the Bitcoin futures showing that we are still very bullish. Ether, same thing. There's the Ether futures, which looks like I was a little early on this pathway, but one little break back over 4,000 and we'll be on our way back to a possible bullish move. Still getting held up. 4,000 seems to be acting as some resistance. Yeah, this candle here smacking into it. This candle smacking into it. This one has broke above it, but we need to see that $4,000 area hold as support. And the Ethereum futures get back on the trend line. But yeah, and in Ethereum itself, I mean, it's looking good. Still quite a ways away from the trend line, holding up pretty strong. We are seeing a lot of rebound across the market since Bitcoin has popped up. Top gainer on this list is Jasmy, jumping from 6 cents all the way to 11 cents. But it is running into strong resistance at 10 cents there. Maybe I'll see it pull back tomorrow. But been pretty bearish. I don't know. It's not one I really want to keep an eye on at the moment. Ren, I don't know why I have Ren on here, but Ren did pop unless I accidentally hit that light blue button. I'm not sure what I did there. Fetch up 20%, bouncing off of 45 cents. So probably going to start keeping an eye on Fetch again here soon. We got IOTA up some. Loop Ring trying to push up. The downtrend's a little off, but it's running into that downtrend pressure. It has started to build some support at $2. Holding up with multiple candles above the body. I'm sorry. Multiple candles above the support line. The bodies of these candles all held above even this nasty little red one here that we had yesterday. So Loop Ring very close to possibly getting another leg up soon too. Cosmos rebounding some today. There's a pass for Cosmos. Kind of in the middle of these two, but that's still signaling some bullish turnaround maybe. Because we're not heading down. We did not crack that $20 area, so this pathway is pretty much null and void at the moment. It looks like we may break up into this one. 23 is still pretty low for Cosmos. that was the... Yeah, so that is causing some rebounds across some of the other Cosmos coins. Not very big ones, but XPRT looks like it's going right in this pathway. Yeah, so at least Persistence and Cosmos, those two together at the moment, looking like they're going to turn around, which should bring the rest of them up. And then Luna is just... It's went halfway this whole drawing that I did, which was just an exaggeration of how it could pop. And it's just been going green the last 2 weeks, breaking over that 75 area, pushing all the way up to 90 today. Needs to hold 85 as some support if it's going to break through 90, but there's a lot of support right across the top of 75. You can use this old trend line there as the resistance line or support line. As of now, back here's resistance. As of now, it should try to hold as some support. But if Luna stays above 75, it's just going to go to 100. I mean, this is probably one of the bullish cryptos of 2021. This thing has just ran and ran and ran pretty much non-stop. What's up, Mike B? You got Coinbase Pro on desktop. Yeah, I just use TradingView for the charting. And as far as checking the high volume on Coinbase, you can, let's see. No, there's not really a way to do it. You can see the volume in coins, but go to CoinGecko, or there's a couple other sites too if you want to just see what's up every day. Because I have pretty much all the coins that I cover on this list on TradingView. I've moved them over. But if you don't already have a list made out, you can just go to CoinGecko. And you can go to 24-hour volume, and that'll sort it by US dollar volume. You can see Tether at the top there with 54 trillion? No, 54 billion in 24-hour volume. I was going to say a trillion. 54 trillion would be a lot. And Bitcoin to 25 billion. But yeah, CoinGecko can help with that. You know, you could just go through the volume every day right here and just look at the top list, see if anything's popped up in there. It's normally not in there. A couple of different ways to do that. Well, you can't on Coinbase Pro. It's just garbage. It's good to trade on because of the transaction volumes with Coinbase. There's a lot of volume in this exchange, but as far as what you can do here, there's just not really much you can do to sort it, unfortunately. I guess this, I use this pretty much as just a trading vessel to buy and sell. The executions are good, fees are cheap. But other than that, not really much you can do with it. For now, I'm sure eventually they are going to make this platform better. Coinbase is one of the top exchanges, and for them to have this type of little exchange here, it's like, you know what I mean? Like it's just, this is not a good look for them. But it works. It works for the purposes better than most all the other platforms that I've used. What's up, weirdo? Tether could bring down the entire market? I've not heard, why would Tether bring down the entire market? I've not heard anything about that or why it would do that. I don't. No, you can't do trailing stops. You can do stop limit orders, or I'm sorry, you can do limit orders, or you can do stop limit orders. Oh, I didn't realize you can't see my whole screen. Hold on, guys. Well, let me see. What can I do? I just bring it over like that. So, pull you up here. Nope, I want you right here. So yeah, you got the stop orders here, limit order, and market order. Unfortunately, it doesn't have trailing stop, but it does have stop losses. But yeah, Luna exploding. I'm gonna find out. Let me go to CoinDesk and see if I can find out. See if there's any news. Whoops, on about this USD tether bringing down the whole market. So I've not heard anything about that and why that would be a thing. Let's see. Under Armour's got their own Stephen Curry wearable sneaker NFT. Rary Capital FEI protocol token holders approved multi-billion-dollar DeFi merger. That's interesting. Kraken acquired Stake. It's a staking platform. Jack Dorsey backs Bitcoin, but questions Web.3. Let's say Dorsey's weirdo, so there's no telling what's going to come out of his mouth. Terra becomes second largest DeFi chain, so maybe this will tell us a little bit. And I was just talking about Luna, so we know plenty about Luna. Oh no, that ain't gonna happen. No, that I don't know who come up with that catastrophic amount of chaos, but that's not gonna happen. There's no reason for Bitcoin to completely crash. Why? There's futures and index funds now for Bitcoin. So with other investments like that being involved, and there's big institutions in it, big institutions and big investors can't pull. Well, they could pull all their money at once out of Bitcoin, but if they did that, they would crash the price, which would eat up a lot of their money. So they can't. You can't just go and drop $100 billion worth of Bitcoin at once. You're not going to be able to get all of that filled. It's going to take out all the sellers all the way down the ladder, which means all that's going to bring your profits down to essentially nothing. So we hear stuff like that, a lot in the stock market. If this one big thing happens, this one if, stuff can happen. I am on the bear side of the market, but it's not one big thing that's happened that's led me to that. It's a bunch of little things. In this type of inflationary environment that we're in, the stock market being pretty sketchy, the U.S. dollar basically becoming trash, or really to me already trash, I don't see why anybody would dump Bitcoin like that. There's just no reason to. If crypto, well, I hope crypto replaces the U.S. dollar. The U.S. dollar is trash can. what's going to happen after that, who knows? It's all speculation what the future can hold. But that's what I'm advocating for. Is I'm tired of garbage fiat monies, these fiat currencies that these stupid governments control, that these same people who's been in power with their stupid policies that never work. It's all stuff that just makes them more money. You know, they waste all of our money, waste all our taxes, and they trying to pay us to put things in our body now, try to force us to put things in our body now. Nah, man, nah. The only way to take back the power as people in a nation is control the currency. That's what they figured out very early on, which starts with the central banks and British Tea Company and things like that. They figured out very early on that if you can control the currency, you can control the people. Because if they have to pay, if there's only one currency for that nation, and everything that the government requires that you pay into have to be in that currency, then you automatically have to convert back into that currency. So like for the US dollar, if you're a gold collector or a gold trader or whatever, and you got to pay taxes and you need some money, well, you're going to have to flip some of that gold and turn it into US dollars. But what that essentially does is you're selling your value, your assets, just to get back this fiat trash, this piece of paper, to pay the government, which they also control the inflation. So with rising inflation, the Federal Reserve likes to keep it at 2.5 yearly, 2 to 2.5, although they've lost control of it now and it's spiraling out of control. But they'd like to keep it at 2.5. So that's another thing where they're controlling the value of your money. They're still in that value, and inflation brings the prices, purchasing power of your currency down that you're paying in taxes along with everything else I was just talking about. So it doesn't, if you want to stop government overreach and all of that, you got to have control over the currency, and that's what we got to do as people. We got to adopt cryptos or gold or silver or something else, like anything other than what they force us to try to interact with in everything that we do in our lives. Yeah, exactly, Ruben. They do a lot of nonsense shenanigans with stocks. People with 401ks it's hard it hurts to even think about it. But people with 401ks, they're in trouble. The same reason that the 2008 housing market crash happened is a similar thing that's going on. And what happened then was the loans that the banks gave out everybody, they turned around and sold back to Wall Street, who then put them in everybody's 401k. So you're basically paying your own loan twice. You're paying it once to the bank and then once to the 401k. And then if you look at amortized interest, you're actually paying for another house in interest if you don't pay your house off quick enough. So essentially, if you buy one house with a mortgage loan and you have a 401k, you are buying that house 3 times in your lifetime. And that's how people get stuck in this cycle of poverty and stuff, because the system has been designed to keep us all working rats in a rat wheel, and I just hate it. I hate it, man. And I'm going to do everything in my power with my little voice that I can to get as many people to adopt cryptocurrencies. And I'm surprised I'm still on YouTube, honestly, because I say this stuff a lot and I bash the government a lot, but that's okay. I'm not big enough for them to come after yet, so I get away with it. Yeah, reverse credit swaps. Yeah, there's so many things, man. It's just ridiculous. There's laws in the stock market like the PDT rule that is absolutely nonsense. Like anyway, I'm not going to get going on all that. I'll be ranting here for hours. So let's see. What did you say you wanted me to look at? SG. What is the? Oh, is that the social one that you sent me last night, Ruben? Social. What was it? Social. Hold on. You sent it to the Discord, to my Discord. Let me see. Social good. That's what it is. Okay, so this is something that Ruben, one of our Framework Fortune community members who's working on the Framework Fortune blockchain, the head of that project, was telling me to check out yesterday. So let's check it out here on the stream. See what we're getting into. 100% crypto back on everyday shopping. Shop up to 10,000 practically for free using the Social Good app at your favorite e-commerce stores. 60,000 users worldwide. There's eBay, AliExpress. I don't know any of these other ones yet. Best Buy. Okay, so there's a few big names in there. So you pay in credit card, PayPal, etc. Purchase what you want, get 100% crypto back up to 10,000 per purchase. In about I don't like that. What do you mean about a month or so? That's not. What do you mean in about a month or so? You're trying to sell me on this, and you're gonna tell me I'm gonna get the 10,000 crypto back from shopping in a month or so. So the crypto we're getting back is SG, which is the social good token. You'll receive up to 100% of the purchase price. Crypto back will be reflected in app within a few days. And then you can withdraw it off of Bitrex, Bitmart, or Uniswap. So you still got to go through a process to pull the money out of it. Yeah, let's check out these tokenomics here. Look at the white paper. This is what I want to see. I don't care about that. Let's see. This is not even white papers. This is just articles. Yeah, I don't know what kind of crazy calculations they're trying to do here. They're trying to they're trying to like use these coins and some persuade logic to make this make sense. It's simply enough. All of this is just them saying that if more people hold SG, the price will go up. That's it. So I don't know why they needed all of that to just say that. Like that's all these graphs and all this extra math and stuff. I could have told you that social good without you doing all that math. Okay. All right, let's look this thing up on Litecoin Watch. They've already freaked me out with 2 things on their website. Let's see, what's like. None of that was statistics about the actual token, which is what I wanted to see. Social good. Here it is. So we've got a. Oh my God. There's only. How is this going to work? This doesn't make any sense. This does not make any sense whatsoever. It's 2,000 holders. Okay, so here's why this doesn't make sense. There's only 700,000 in max supply. If you're giving out everybody who spends any amount of money up to 10,000, the same amount of this crypto, how are they going to stake it too? Like, I don't understand how they're going to have staking rewards with this low supply. There's got to be some white papers or something here. If there's no white papers, that's another concern. Special Christmas campaign. I say 13 days ago they were having a withdrawal issue, so that's a little sketchy. Yeah, let's see how their staking works. And in order to begin staking, you'll need to either earn SG through shopping in the app or SG on affiliated exchanges. And you got to use a MetaMask wallet. So I wonder if this is on Ethereum, because if it's on Ethereum, then you got to deal with gas fees, which they're not mentioning whatsoever. So what chain are you sending it on? It's not even telling you what chain to send it on. Is it its own chain? Oh, nope. I can see it right here. Ethereum network. Ethereum main network. So you're going to have to pull gas. You're going to, whatever you earn in this app right now, you're going to have to pull it out through Ethereum gas fees if you want that money. So you're going to have to deal with that. What? It says as the blockchain is not being used, this will not occur any fees. So what are they doing then? If the block, that's scary. Then how's the money getting to your MetaMask? If not running through the chain, if it's not running through the Ether chain, this is a whole lot of not making much sense. Let me go back to those staking. I just got stuck on that one thing. Okay. So you install the MetaMask. Use the instructions written above. You'll be able to use SG bought on exchanges for staking through MetaMask. But just because you connect it to your MetaMask wallet, that doesn't mean you're staking. This doesn't make any sense. I see those staking rewards, but might be Litecoin and Matic, possibly. I'll check into them in a second. So the only negative you found is that they have liquidity issues when selling the cashback token over 500 at a time. Yeah, I don't know, man. I mean, maybe I don't know how long they've been out, but the fact they're not using the blockchain to transfer your money from their app to your MetaMask seems very, very sketchy. That's the whole purpose of using blockchain, is so that your money is secure. So I don't know. The cryptocurrency for a better society. How much is this token trading for? Let me get back into the charts here. Let's find this stupid token here and see what it's trading for. Social good tether, that's good enough. Oh, so when this coin came out last year, it was all the way up at $29. Since then, it has downtrended and continued to downtrend all the way down to a low of 3 or 4 cents. Then it shot back up, and now it's pulled way back down again. That would be because of that stupid low supply. Any amount of buying is going to push this thing up because the supply is only 700K, which, like I said, doesn't make any sense for staking or anything they're trying to do. And it's been selling off. I mean, this, I don't know. I don't like this chart. I don't like anything about this. I mean, maybe keep an eye on it and see how it continues to develop, or if you can find better information than what I just read, because what I just read on their site really did not make me feel good. I want to be sold. I wasn't sold. I left the website more scared than when I went into it, which is not a good thing. That's not what you want your website to do. So yeah, Mike, you're talking about Matic, and what was the other one? Matic and where did it go? Oh, Litecoin. So let's check them out. Let's see. I think I took Litecoin off of my list for the time being. But yeah, I mean, if Bitcoin's pushing up, then Litecoin can definitely be a day trade. Yeah, look at that. Beautiful. Beautiful. We're running up this path. We're actually above the path I've drawn, which is even better. Holding above at 10-day right now. So if it does have a pop up, the 50-day is up here at 180. So it'll probably get slowed down there for a few days, but still 150 to 180, it's $30 a coin. I mean, you may not be able to get that in one day, but you possibly could get it in a few days. As far as a short-term trade, let's see. Let me look at a 15-minute chart here. So here's today, and we've been uptrending. See, that one candle was 154 up to 156.5. So it's about $1.50 that you could get there and profit on scalps on this thing at the moment. So I don't know if you're looking to hold it for a little bit. Oh, there is some resistance right here on the 15-minute though. Look at all this resistance right through here. Tons of it. All the way back here too. I don't want to draw a second line. So if it's going to break up and try to get a pop up to at least 160, you're going to need to see it break this area soon. For the day trade anyway. And then you said Matic, that's the other one. Matic is on my list. That's Matic. Oh, and of course Litecoin, if Bitcoin dips, Litecoin's going to dip. I mean, Litecoin just follows Bitcoin pretty very. I mean, it's the silver to Bitcoin. That's gold or whatever the hell they say. I don't know. Whatever. But let's check out Matic here for a possible play. On the 15-minute, Matic. today has ran from $2 to $2.30. Most of these pops $2.30 up to $2.38, so maybe you can get 10 to 15 cent scalps off of Matic today. But Matic's one of those ones it's really hard to day trade it because it moves really slow unless it just gets a ton of volume. It doesn't have a very big price range. The bottom of the support is $1.60 and our resistance is $2.40. So we don't even have a dollar price range to really make a profit off of it. You'd basically be looking for it to make a break at $2.50. And if it breaks $2.50, then we could see maybe a 50-cent move up to $3. Or it could go real crazy. Who knows? But you have to catch that breakout. And I don't think we're going to see that tonight. I don't think we'll see a 250 break. Maybe later this week. Because we're still 17 cents away. It may get close tonight, but I don't think so. The ones you want to look at for day trading pretty much, if you're going to consistently day trade, is look for the ones that's got the volume. So like if you go to a 15-minute chart, the Jasmy ran from 0.07 up to that 11 cents. That's a 4-cent move. That cheap of a coin, you can buy a lot of them so you can get big scalps. A 4-cent move on, say, I don't even know the math here. Let's see, it'd be 100 basically. 100 Jasmy $1, or no, I'm sorry, it'd be 10 Jasmy $1 times 100 would be 1,000 Jasmy. So maybe like $500 invested. That'd be 5,000 Jasmy. It moves 4 cents. That would be $200, I think. Let me pull up my calculator. I'm doing the math rough off of my head. What did I say? 4,000? What did I say? 5,000. Let's just go with 5,000. I think that's what I said. And then times 4 cents. Yeah, $200. So 5,000 coins, about a $500 investment. You could get about a 40% gain on something like this in that scalp. So I mean, if 5 cents is, or if what I say, 4 cents is $200, 2 cents is only $100. So you could sit here and just get 2 cents off of every bounce. But you need ones that have a nice daily price range. Just like with stocks, when we're trading stocks, we want to see a big range of the prices. Fetch is not one of those, but Farm is one. Where are you at, Farm? Come here. There you go. So Farm on the 15-minute earlier went from 91 up to 96 basically, and that was in 30 minutes. And you can see it's made pops the last 2 days multiple times where you could have scalped it. And though this one's more expensive, for that same $500 that you were scalping the cheap stock under 10 cents, you would only be able to get 5 coins here, basically. Maybe a 5.5, 6, but we'll just say 5. And then if it runs $5, that would only be $25. So it's not worth it with a smaller account to get in here, but you could. Well, I mean, actually, if you're scalping it and you got $25 4 times on this thing, that'd be $100. So yeah, you could still scalp it that way. It just wouldn't be. Well, actually, you're more likely to probably get $25 a scalp, 20 to 30 on this one because it is low supply. So any amount of volume is going to send up those wicks. So a lot of times I don't look at ones that are too high supply for day trades, because they normally just don't get enough volatility in the price range. Let's see, I was just talking about loop ring earlier. Oh, loop ring actually breaking up out of the triangle right now. This is one you should keep an eye on for a possible trade. Well, it's not. Let's see. Hold on. It may not be breaking out because that wick is up there. I may have to adjust this trend line, but it's trying. If it can re-break 250, then that loop ring could run. Let's pull back on 2-hour frame. So it could break out here. Let's just go ahead and draw out a path. There's a few paths this could take. It could go ahead and break. You know, just go on up there. It could get rejected here, come back down to the trend line. Or it could go sideways a little bit. And that would even include going down and then curling back up into this before it starts to go up. So let's change these colors so it's not too confusing. Come on. So it's not too confusing. We'll make this sideways movement like this white. Just to know that that's sideways. Yeah. So those will be the three options for loop ring at this point. And this is, I mean, it's close enough to the tip. This could be a breakout point. I'd rather see it go a little bit sideways, confirm this breakout, and then shoot up if I was going to trade it. Because right now you'd be buying at the top of that trend line. If it doesn't break out here, it could come all the way back down. So you'd be risking about 40 cents if you wanted to hold it. If you was to get in up here. But trying to give a little breakout. Don't know yet if this is going to be it or if it's going to get slowed down here. All right. Let's see. Yeah, test out Social Good and let me know, Ruben, how it works out. You have $5 on Litecoin, nice. Decentraland, I have a whole video on Decentraland. I think I have more than one video. It's not on this channel, but it's on the home channel. Because I checked it out when I first got back into. Come on. All the crypto videos. Let me see. Let me pull it up real quick and see. I can't remember if I've got them in that playlist or a different one. Yeah, so right here in the abnormal investing playlist, you can find crypto content that is not on this channel that I did a while back. There's the Axie video 9 months ago, the Decentraland video 10 months ago, OVR, and then I got some interviews with Liam. So there is some crypto content on the old channel, but not a ton. I think, yeah, that was the last crypto video there on the old channel before I switched and started everything on this channel. Here, I'll share this video with you if you haven't seen it yet. If I can share it, let's see. Yeah, there's the video. Oh, yeah, that's right. Okay. And you said you're actually talking about the token. We'll take a look at Mana. I thought you meant like check it out like I did Social Good. My bad. But anyway, there's that video. You want to check it out. So yeah, Mana just holding up. Same thing as all our other NFT plays. We're holding up the trend line. Same thing as Gods, holding up the trend line. And of course, Axie is going to look the same. They're all just setting up for this possible big bull run in January. That could start over this week and next week with the holidays. Yep, Axie too. You see Axie starting to run into that resistance line there, but got down there a little bit. That's rebounded 97.50 already, so it's not far from breaking back above 100. So I think it's the same on all the NFT tokens. I think they're all going to make that same bounce up. Nothing's really changed in the last week or two. It's all just going sideways. The only thing that's changed is now we're starting to change directions back to the upside. We've confirmed some support on a lot of these NFT plays, so we should start seeing some actual nice bounces. That's Gods. Gods looking beautiful. Oh boy, I'm excited for that one. Oh yeah, Ruben, that's right. You did do the thumbnail for that video. I don't know what I was thinking, man. You know, my brain sometimes doesn't work. So, if there's any more coins anybody wants me to take a look at, let's check Sheeb here, because I know Sheeb did get hit pretty hard. It did, whoops, I didn't mean to move that. It did start going down this path, but now it's found some support at that quad 03 like we expected, and it's trying to come back up. So if it can, which it is back above it now, Sheep can break back above that, break above quad 035, and then the downtrend, which is about the same area, we could see Sheep start to go bullish. This pathway did not work, so we're just going to delete that one. And basically, same path as this one. It might not be as wide, but you can see the curl that started to happen. And it may end up being more like this on that drawing. It might have just been a tighter curl up. So I'm gonna leave it like that. I'm actually gonna bring this up a little bit more though, so it don't look quite as stupid. Well, I guess I got to. We'll just leave it like that, and we'll see, because the tip of the triangle is right here on Sheeb. Like, we're only a couple. What is that? December 24th. Yeah, December 24th is the tip. So we're gonna see a move one way or the other out of Sheeb here soon. We'll either break down another support area. We'll probably crack below this quad 03 and come down to quad 02.5, where there was congestion and support right there. ENJ, that's we looked at that one the other day. That's a gaming token, right? Or some type of NFT token. Wait a minute. I think I just saw it. There it is. Not on my watch list, really. But, yeah, that just needs to get back above 250. Held up 225 as support. That was previous support there. Resistance right through here. Support. Resistance. Resistance. And now holding as support. So, break at 250. Hold of 250. And then you could see the consolidation, breakout, something like this. That's a rough idea of which way it may be going. unless it cracks below 225, and then of course it would dump. Now looking back here, there is a trend line like this we could draw. Matter of fact, I like that uptrend a little bit better. Let's connect all those together. Yeah, okay. That'll work. Something like that. Which in that case, ENJ is a big wedge. Which, same as before, on Gods and Axie and everything else, it's right there at that bouncing point, close to the tip of this wedge. So that's the thing, guys. Like every coin, pretty much, unless they're just a garbage meme coin, we're going to see big moves on if we hit this hot bull market in January and February, like I'm looking at. Like all these plays are building up, and they just haven't quite got there yet. LCGRT. But look, so we go look on the weekly chart. We look at every crypto. Let's look at every single one on my marked list here and see what they're doing. So, beginning of August, Fetch is building higher lows. Atom's on an uptrend, so of course it's building higher lows. Iris on an uptrend, building higher lows. Axie on an uptrend, building higher lows. OMG on an uptrend, building higher lows. Luna on an uptrend, building higher lows. CGLD on an uptrend, building higher lows. God's token on an uptrend, building higher lows. Bitcoin on an uptrend, building higher lows. I could literally do this the whole entire list just about. There's only a few on here that don't have an uptrend building higher lows. Even Shiba is building a higher low at the moment. So with all these higher lows, it's showing that we're continuing to step up in price just across the crypto market. The value of cryptos are just going up in general, and that's because we're seeing constant adoption. So if we're constantly seeing adoption, that's why you see new floors, new higher lows being built, right? So unless something dramatic happens and we just have something catastrophic like the whole UST Bitcoin theory that could crash the entire financial system, if we had something dramatic happen, it could change the course of pretty much all these coins. But if it doesn't, they're on course for continuation of adoption, and that means continuation of moving on up in price as they continue to build higher support levels in these higher lows. So like right now with this next 2 weeks, that's pretty much what we are in right now. We are in a turning point of deciding whether the crypto market is going to continue this upward momentum that it has had since it started, or we could see a bear market if everything, crashes. But like I said, I don't see any reason for that to happen because everybody who's adopted crypto up to this point, a lot of them are not planning on selling no matter what happens. There's a lot of hodlers. So, like Bitcoin maybe, Bitcoin maybe crashes and it goes to 30,000. Everybody would be like, oh, it's a crash, but it'll probably stop at 30,000 if that was to happen. Because that was the floor last time that it had a big pullback. This time the floor is even higher, so we may never even see 30,000 again. Who knows? But as long as all these coins are on an uptrend and we're keeping this upward momentum, then I think into January we're gonna see it start to heat back up. So we'll see what happens. New Matrix comes out on HBO Max. I didn't even know there was a new Matrix coming out. But that is it for tonight's. What's up, Fat Boy Drizzy? The spell token, I haven't actually paid that much attention to it. I've heard people talking about it, but let's go see if I can find it. Isn't it spell? Well, actually, it may be on this chart. I may be able to find the chart. I know it's a newer coin. What's really funny... Well, I'm not going to tell that story. Oh, okay. This just came out. I didn't know spell was on Coinbase. Well, in that case, let me add spell to the charts or to my list because I did not realize it was on here. But the story I was going to tell you is basically how I accidentally bought into this crypto a while back. So I don't know what the price was when I bought it, but I don't have it anymore. I was holding it. I was trying out a platform that I wasn't actually supposed to be trying out. We'll just say that. Oh yes, spell. So on the Coinbase chart, it looks like a big U-shaped pattern here. Big old curl up, breaking that previous high, which means it could continue to run. That is a possibility. Now let's look and see if we can find a chart that goes further back. Let's go. No, Uniswap's not showing us anything. OKEX, that goes back to before November. So I broke this downtrend. Yeah, I mean, Spell's trying to go bullish from what I'm seeing. It's hard to tell because I only got back till November 18th on any chart. But you can draw that line right there. This is the U shape we're seeing on Coinbase, but that's all we're seeing. We're not getting the rest of this. But that is a nice uptrend that has started on Spell. You do have some strong resistance right across here. What is that? 2.25 cents. We'll just say a little bit over 2 cents. But thank you, Fat Boy Drizzy, for letting me know that spell was on Coinbase. Now I can keep an eye on this thing because it is one I want to look into more. I know it's a game, something like God's token. I don't know if it's a TCG, but I am familiar a little bit with the spell token. I think. Let me make sure it's the right game I'm thinking of. Spell token musical group. What the hell? Let me get to the website. Abracadabra Money, because I think there's 3 other tokens, if I remember correctly. So we do have a big circulating supply, about 78 billion, but it is super cheap. So if a bunch of people are buying it up, oh, it is the Abracadabra Money. Deuce Magic Internet Money. Collateral in, poof, stable coin out. Okay, it's not what I thought it was. But in there, is this the one that has ghost? I can connect with MetaMask. Let's connect so we can see what's going on here. So they have a Ether spell liquidity pool, and then they have this mem. So I don't think this is the one I thought it was. You get an S spell. Stake your spell and gain S spell. No impermanent loss. No loss of governance rights. Continuously compounding. After each deposit, all staked spell are subject to a 24-hour lockup period, which, I mean, 24 hours ain't that bad. And then it automatically earns fees from MIM repayments from all wizards proportional to your share of the stake pool. So it's MIM and spell. So is MIM on borrow? What is their borrow and stuff here? What can you borrow? Well, there's AGLD. So you can, it looks like maybe you can borrow different cryptos. Some UST. Yeah, so I could, so you can, oh, okay. I see what's going on. I know exactly what's going on. Because you can deposit crypto as collateral and stake it, and then you can borrow against it, that allows you to continue to earn money on your crypto positions while they're staking and still have money to spend. Of course, you do have to pay it back because it is a loan. But Spell Abracadabra Money is not the first person to do this, or the first blockchain project to do this. Persistence in the Cosmos ecosystem is doing this, but doing it way better. I'll show you what I mean. So they have what is called P staking. Yeah, right here. They have this P stake token. So unlocking liquidity for staked assets. Let's look at the difference between these two websites right here. This is persistence. This let's give it that one. This is Abracadabra Money. Let's go back to the home pages and compare. Abracadabra Money, persistence. So, and they already have $30 million in total value locked in persistence. They have a sushi pool LP for staked Atom and Ethereum. 16 million, 9 million there for STK persistence versus Ether. But you can do the same thing and stake your persistence, or I believe you can do it with Atom, Cosmos Atom as well. Get your staking rewards and then also be able to have liquidity. So it's the same premise. It's no different. But P-Stake is in the Cosmos ecosystem, so I'm going to favor it over this anytime. But you see how they got the YVYFI, YVUSDT. So that, to me, that makes it more complicated. And like I always say, value, the biggest value to me in new blockchain projects like this is ease of use. I'm confused reading YV, YFI, YV, USDT, YV. Like that, you're adding more letters to the already letters. It's almost like a certain community abbreviation that starts with an L where it like never ends. You know what I mean? So like, I'm just saying, hey, it's a good metaphor. Anyway, P-Stake, it's just a P. You know what I mean? It's nice and simple. Just P-Stake. You get the P-Stake token for staking your XPRT, your persistence, or your Atom. And soon you'll be able to stake Ethereum. But right now you can get 33% for staking persistence and then pull the liquidity out with their P-Staking capabilities. Right there. Leverage DeFi. Oh, they actually have the STK tokens too, which must be what the P stands for, I guess. But yeah, here's the basic idea. It's just wrapping tokens. P-Stake wraps your native tokens into a pegged ERC20 token, which allows you to use your assets in the Ethereum ecosystem. It just, like I said, it just allows you to pull liquidity that you already have. And then there's also Peck Shield, so definitely check that out. But no, I mean, is there room for two of these projects? Absolutely. Persistence is around 560, but it has a way, way lower supply than Abracadabra Money. And I just don't think Spell... I mean, Spell can definitely rip. We may see it up to like 50 cents or $1 maybe. But unless they start burning tokens or everybody just starts using that specific project... There's another question too I have about this. I haven't really figured out the question, but there's something there. Like I'm wondering if you staked P-Stake or if you staked the Spell token, either one that you were doing, and you pulled out that money, that liquidity for the loan, if you then could take it and buy a different crypto, maybe like go from persistence and then take the money you got from the persistence liquidity and go put that in Spell maybe. Then if you can do that, then what's to stop you from continuously doing that and just taking that one initial investment and just invest in every single crypto across? Like you see what I'm saying? It's almost like an infinite thing. Now, if something went terribly wrong, which with any of the DeFi, it's all in smart contracts. So if somebody doesn't pay their loan back or the price of the crypto, for instance, say you're doing this P-staking or the Spell, we'll just use Spell. So if you're using Spell for that, I don't know. Yeah, Fat Boy Drizzy. Exactly. It may be a good thing for a day trade or a swing trade, flip for some quick profits or whatever. But long term, I don't know. I don't know about this thing, especially when persistence is way ahead of them in this race. I lost my train of thought on the other thing because it's just interesting if you could infinitely do that. I don't know. It'd be very risky to do, but essentially you could do something crazy. You could probably, well, I don't know. Let me do some more research on it because I haven't really got too much into P-staking with persistence or taking out any DeFi loans or anything like that. I've not done any of that. Oh, what I was saying about, that's what it was. With the smart contract, if Spell, say you buy Spell at 2 cents and you stake Spell and then you pull out a loan or whatever, if that smart contract says that you have to maintain a minimum balance of a certain amount of Spell, if the price of Spell was to drop from where you staked it, you would have to put more Spell in if it dropped too much, because it could hit basically like a stop loss when we're trading. That's what a smart contract is going to act like. It's going to say in the contract, this person borrowed this amount from this project on this chain, and they have to keep this amount of value in the account for the loan to go through. So if that smart contract gets hit, the price drops too low and you don't have enough time or not even have the choice to fill that loan back up to where it needs to be, that smart contract is going to execute and you're going to owe all that money. Your collateral that you put in the DeFi loan, they're just going to take it out of that. So, that's something that you got to be aware of with any DeFi, any loans, anything like that. Read the smart contracts because they can screw you over if you're loaning out, or if not loaning out, but if you're taking a loan out, especially in a bearish crypto market where the market could keep going down and that price of that coin could keep going down, you could get stuck in a really bad position. But all right, guys, I'm gonna call it a day. We'll be back tomorrow morning on Framework Fortune home channel for some more live stock trading, and then back here on Framework Fortune Crypto after lunch for some more Gods Unchained gameplay. And there's going to be a giveaway when I can reach the final rankings, the top rankings in Gods Unchained towards the end of this week. There's also going to be a sneaky giveaway on the Framework Fortune home channel in one of the live day trading streams. So be on the lookout for all that. Mystery prizes, mystery contests. That's all the details you are getting. Appreciate everybody joining me as always. Stay safe out there. Till next time.